Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's episode 61. My name's Richard Isherwood. I'm a registered nurse. My clinic's in the UK. It's called No More Earwax. This one, just one ear on this one for you today. It was a good one though. But the chap who came, he actually didn't realise that there was a problem with this one. It was actually his other ear that he came to see me with, and that's quite often. That does happen, where somebody thinks there's a problem in one, but actually turns out there's a problem in both as well. So this one, it had the other one we had to irrigate because what he'd done, he'd oiled it. Well, he'd not oiled it. He'd put hydrogen peroxide drops in there. Whilst there's a time and a place for that, what it tends to do, it just turns it into a big sloppy, gooey mess, which it doesn't make it impossible to suction. It's just a lot quicker to irrigate. I know you don't see irrigation videos because you can't record it very well. And I don't want to break my camera again by getting it wet. They're not very interesting to look at either. But yeah, there is a time and a place for irrigation. A lot of people ask me, do you do that as well? Yes, I do. A lot of other practitioners do. And sometimes you have to use it in combination as well. You know, something that's really sloppy and wet, or it's particularly deep down, and you think, sometimes we just irrigate something to bring it a bit nearer, so then we can suction it out to get something off the eardrum rather than going near the eardrum with these tools, which is fine. You know, I'm more than happy to do that, and I've done that quite a lot. But yeah, there is a time and place for irrigation. I do it quite a lot. But as you can see, this other one was an absolute monster, as you can see from the size of this thing here, and it's a horrible consistency. It's kind of sticky. But it is kind of crumbly as well. The first part is quite sticky, but as we tend to work through this bit underneath it, it's quite crumbly. It's really difficult to get this out with the suction, I was finding, because it's quite a narrow exit to the ear canal. So I mean, we did try and stretch it open, pulling it like that to get it out with the suction, but it was proving really difficult. It was really hard. The core of it was quite hard. As you can see, the top layers here are quite soft and gooey, which is why I've gone in there with the trusty Jobson horn, and I'm trying to scoop in just behind it, and it's filled the whole canal as it is now. So I'm just trying to roll it forward, if anything else. I'm not expecting this to get the whole thing out, but even if it just breaks it apart a little and rolls it forward a little bit, it's still going to make it easier. Because yeah, you won't see many tools on my video. I do use them quite often, but it's suction usually works on everything. To be honest with you, with a bit of patience and a good amount of olive oil sometimes. But I just really don't think it was going to work on this. So as you can see, all we've done there with the Jobson arm, we're going to just scoop away this the wetter, gooier stuff at the front. Now this one we've gone in with the trusty Rosen inserter, which as you can see is a little small plastic hook, and what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to embed it into the wax so then we can roll it forward, which it is rocking forward a little bit, but as you can see it's tending to slice through it as well. But if I can get a bit more behind it, which I'm just trying to get in there now and embed it in the hard core of it, it should come forward. But again, you can see it's just slicing through it. So what I'm trying to do, there's a little gap there that we can see there now. So I'm trying to get that behind it, then rotate the hook round to dig it right into the middle of the plug so we can pull it out. As you can see, it's really wanting to move forward. Almost. But with each little pull, it is coming slowly forward. So again, we can see we've got another little good gap there. So I'm going to try and really dig it in. But again, it's just slicing through it. So we're going to go for that same spot again. Hopefully get a little further back. Dig it in and literally roll it forward. Trying to do it really slowly because again, you don't want it to slice through, but you still do want it to pull it forward. So I hope you've all had a nice weekend, by the way. It was a fun weekend for us here in the UK. It was the King's coronation, which for most people is just an excuse to go to the pub and to and have a good old drink in the beer garden. which is what we did on a Sunday, and it was all going so well until my daughter came running up to me and said, "Dad, Dad, 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 I broke my arm." But, oh no, here we go again. Because my son broke his last year, running down what you call them, little play things with a slide, a swing, and bits that you climb and what have you. And she came to me holding her arm like that, and she says it was pointing the wrong way. I thought, oh no. Anyway, what we think, it's not broken. It looks horrific though. It's really swelled up, a lot of bruising. Just about to bring that forward there. I think she's dislocated it, and it's actually gone back in. So yeah, she's not very happy at the moment because she's quite an avid gymnast. So I'm going to be out of action for a while, unfortunately. But we're just glad she doesn't have a cast on, because we're going on just to wear a sling for the time being. But we're going on not a holiday this weekend. As some of you know, I coach rugby in my spare time, and we're going to a rugby tournament. At like a holiday camp. There's like thousands and thousands of kids this weekend. Some of you might know it, in Skegness, if you heard of the Rhinos Challenge. So, going to have a few days away there, which will be fun. It's always fun. It's basically just rugby and beer, which is two of my favourite things. Apart from the earwax, obviously. But as you can see, this one here, it's just crumbling apart. Whilst it is quite solid and quite hard, every time I put the inserter through it, it just tends to break it, which is fine because it's still bringing bits forward, it's still coming away. But because it's breaking it apart too much there, decided to go back with the Jobson horn. It's basically like a little spoon with a hole in the middle, if you've not seen them before. And again, that just scraped the first bit off. But what I'm trying to do is just get behind it. You can see that gap now. You could probably see it before, but if I could just get that behind that gap there, and then scoop it around, and again he's breaking through it again. It's desperate to come, as you can see, but it's just stuck. There we go. Try and get it's quite some force as well that you have to put into this. Obviously you have to be careful, because if you break through it, you don't want to catch the ear canal in any way. But we're very close to the outside here. So it's perfectly safe to do it. And look at this, it's just about to come. And what a monster it was. Look at that. It was a beauty. And like I said, didn't think he had a problem in this. But he noticed the difference straight away, obviously. And there's a nice, clean, shiny, clear eardrum afterwards. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want to follow the channel, like it, heart it, subscribe to it. I'd appreciate all of those massively. Time for a few more episodes this week. I will put some up. I'll try and do one a day if I can. If not, there'll be certainly some next week. But like I said, I'm having a few days off, so you might not get one for a couple of days, but don't stress. I'll have some on for you soon. But thanks for watching. For now, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.